This conference will now be recorded.
So before I start the demo, let me introduce myself. I coming to the training as well as coming to the experience. Okay, so I currently am working in an organization as a solution architect, and I have overall 14 years of experience. Okay, so I started my career with Abap, then I moved to SAP UI5, Fiori, Fiori Elements. I worked on various S4 HANA like CDS views, okay, Abap ODATA, S4 HANA in-app and side-by-side extensions. I worked even lot of services in BTP like IoT services, okay. I worked on mobile services, CAPM, I worked on Node.js, okay. I have worked on various S4 HANA implementation projects, even in the BTP like mobile services, okay. Like lot of services, SAP build code, okay. Lot of services I have worked in the BTP, Abap service in BTP I worked, okay. Various services I worked on BTP, okay. So that is my experience and currently I'm working. Okay, now coming to the uh, coming to the training. Okay, from past 8 years I'm giving training. Okay, I'm giving training on various topics like BTP, CAPM, SAP UI5, RAP, Node.js, JavaScript, Fiori elements, Abap CDS views, UI annotations, S4 HANA, in-app and side-by-side extensions, a lot of things I'm giving training. Okay, so this is part of my experience and as well as training experience. Now today topic which I'll be covering is RAP, okay, and as well as Abap on cloud, S4 and in-app and side-by-side extensions. This is a demo which I am going to give. Okay, yeah. So let's move. Okay, the topics. First thing, what are the agenda today's agenda, which I'm going to talk. Okay, so SAP evolutions. What is SAP evolution? Means from the starting day to till date. Okay, what evolutions has come in SAP that I'm going to cover. Okay, ABAP on cloud. Now everyone talking about SAP Rise, right? Everyone are talking about SAP Rise, right? So what? So it's nothing but ABAP on cloud. Means SAP Rise means moving from the on-premises SAP system to the cloud. So when we are moving, obviously ABAP should be there in the cloud. So what is ABAP on cloud? Right, BTP, yes, everyone are talking about we are going to move to BTP, we are going to work on BTP. So what is that BTP that I'm going to cover? Okay, RAP, ABAP, obviously Abap Restful application programming. What is the advance of Abap? The future is RAP. So what is that? Okay, so now when we move to the Abap on cloud, okay, then we have to work on in-app and side-by-side extensions only. Even if you go to the public cloud, S4 HANA public cloud or private cloud, everything will be S4 HANA in-app and side-by-side extensions only. What is that? Okay, then evolution of the ABAP, what evolutions has come in ABAP that we are going to discuss, and what is SAP Fiori, and one small RAP application we are going to develop in cloud, that is in BTP. Okay, agenda, this is the agenda which I'm going to discuss today. Clear? Now, SAP evolutions. Yes, from the starting date to till date, what evolutions has come in SAP, right? So we all know, everyone knows that the journey of the SAP has begun with a classical programming model, right? But when the time passed, the business started changing, okay, and market began to evolve with cloud and mobile applications. Yes, everyone now talking about cloud and everyone are talking about mobile apps significantly in the digital infrastructure. Yes or no? Okay, so now the best recognized practice for programming is the ABAP programming model for Fiori. So before RAP has come into the picture, we have ABAP programming model on Fiori. Okay, then afterwards, okay, we look at the journey of the evolution in the several areas. Okay, and it is going to continue as a future programming model is nothing but the RAP. So before RAP used to have Abap application, sorry, Abap programming model on Fiori. Afterwards, there now the RAP has come into taken over the replacement of the Abap programming model that is called RAP. Okay, so from the SAP Traveler point, we have seen the many tools arrived in SAP. Okay, several techniques were developed. New concepts emerged in the context of the interfaces, infrastructures, and integrations in SAP from the starting date to till date. Yes or no? Lot of evolution has come. A lot of the tools has been introduced. Several techniques were developed, and new concepts emerged also in the context of the interfaces, infrastructures, and integrations in SAP. Okay, whatever the picture which I'm showing here, okay, does not depict any priority index, means it this has not come first, this has not come second. I'm showing what are the evolutions or what are the different techniques, okay, arrived in the SAP. That is what which I'm going to discuss from starting date to till date. I'm not going to discuss here the priorities. I'm going to discuss what evolutions, what are the different techniques has been implemented in SAP, that I'm going to discuss. Clear? Any questions? No. Okay. So now file exchange, yes, absolutely. Everyone knows, everyone ABAP who has worked worked on file exchange. Okay. So interfaces based on file exchange is one of the oldest technique to provide the data to the third-party system from SAP. Okay. So without any complex coding and configurations, using FTP and SFTP, the file can be transferred from SAP to any third-party system. Obviously, okay, using this file exchange, using the FTP and SFTP, okay, we are able to transfer the file from one SAP system to another SAP or to the third party system. So afterwards, with the arrival of the PI, okay, the extracted files from the SAP is sent first to PI, where mapping and conversation happened here on based on the requirements from the third party, and then we are able to send this file to the desired format in the form of JSON or XML, etc. So this is what we are doing, right? From the using FTP and SFTP, we're sending to PI system, and from the PI system, we're sending to the third party. So in the PI, according to the what requirement that third party is asking, we'll be converting, and also mapping will be happening here, or conversions is happening here, or any encryptions are happening here. Then we will be sending to the FT third party. So this is called the file transfer. So this is the technique we are using today also. Most of the people are using the FTP and SFTP and sending the data to the third party system. Yes or no? Then we another approach is called RFC. Yes, everyone worked on RFC, okay, which is the classical model, and it is a remote functional call. Okay, so now RFC is an interface used to set up a communication between SAP and non-SAP systems, and also between two SAP systems also. It runs on the client and server architecture. What is it? It runs on the client server architecture. Okay, so now using this RFC, okay, the clients, what we will do, right, some other third party system, they'll install the RFC some plugins, and there will be SAP RFC plugins, and in their code they will be calling our function RFC function models. The client seeks a function to perform and makes a call to the RFC server. The function is executed in the remote system on the server side, and it can be synchronous. Okay, so using the RFC, yes, that is called, we use a lot of BAPIs. Okay, we used to create a one RFC connection in SM59T code, and we need to connect the connections between two SAP systems. Okay, and we have to transfer the data. Right, everyone knows about RFC. There is no doubt in that. Everyone would have worked on RFCs. Right? So this is the technique we are using to send the data from our SAP system to SAP or SAP to third-party systems. Clear? Now is called IDOC. IDOC intermediate document is another old and proven technique to communicate between the SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP systems. Yes, using the IDOC, we are able to transfer the data. Where everyone would have worked on IDOC. Okay, everyone would have worked on IDOC. Okay, where we used to provide a file format for exchanging the data between systems. Okay, the format of the data file consists of structures, fields with positions, length, and header, data segment, status of the record, etc. So using this one, we're able to transfer the data from one system to the another system. Clear? Okay, and use from SAP to SAP. Using the EDI, we are able to transfer the data from SAP to non-SAP systems. That is what which we are using IDOCs. Clear? Next is SOAP. Okay, SOAP stands for the Simple Object Access Protocol. Okay, so using this technique, we are able to transfer the data. With SAP version 7.0 with NetWeaver, SAP introduced a new technique called web service for communicating and exchanging the data between SAP and SAP or SAP to non-SAP systems. So one can say that SOAP is a messaging protocol that is supported by the version 7.0 onward and NetWeaver. And also everyone, it is an internet based, it follows the protocol, it follows the HTTP protocol, where the client receives the details of the parameters and functions in the form of WSDL, okay, and retrieved through a URL. So the data will be sending in the form of XML based format. Okay, the mode of the processing is generally will be asynchronous, because generally whenever we want to send the data, we always send the huge data. If it is there, till today also we are using only SOAP technology to send the data. Clear? Okay, so using the, so any till today in BTP also, people are using SOAP service to send the data. When they want to send the huge data, they are using till today also SOAP protocol only, even future also. It's the best approach sending the data if you have a huge data. Any questions, guys? No questions. Then let's the S4 HANA has come into the picture. Okay, now the, okay, it is the fourth version, right? It is the fourth version of the ERP business suite provided by SAP, which is based on HANA in-memory database. Yes, yes, obviously the evolution, okay, it is an evolution both in the technology and the concept of SAP after it got released in 2015. Yes, in 2015, SAP has released S4 HANA. Okay, so it is a big evolution from the SAP side. Okay, over the period, it has proven that no matter how complex are the business requirements are, how large the data is, S4 HANA is capable of deal with every problem. Okay, it is available in the on premises as well as it is available in the cloud also. Okay, so S4, everyone knows that S4 HANA private cloud and public cloud. Everyone are talking about S4 HANA public cloud and private cloud, right? Nowadays. Okay, so that is called SAP RISE. Okay, so what is SAP RISE means? You are shifting your on-premises ecosystem to the cloud. That is called the SAP RISE. Clear? Any questions, guys, until now? Anyone have any questions? No questions. Okay, so over the period, okay, we know that, okay, it has proven that no matter how complex are the business, okay, requirements or how large the data is, S4 HANA is capable to deal with every problem. Okay, it is, yes, we already know, which I discussed, it is available in both on premises and public cloud. So SAP follows code to data paradigm, means which uses a mechanism of code push down, which means that complicated data computations happens in the database layer instead of application layer. See, what is the old approach of ECC? We have three tier. Okay, okay, Yes, presentation, application, and the database. So whatever the code we write, we always write code in the application server. When we are running it, that it is running on the top of the application server, not on the database. So now in the S4 HANA, they have removed that concept. They have introduced this, means still it is there. They have introduced the concept called serious use, where we call it as code push down approach, where as much as possible, okay, we will be writing the arithmetic operations or little bit complicated okay, calculations we can do on the CDS view level, where the CDS view is running on the top of the database, not on the application server, so that the performance will be good. So that is the reason S4HANA has become more popular. If you have any dumps in SC38, you can remove the select queries and move to the CDS views. Okay, convert them into the CDS views, because the CDS views in the are running on the top of the database buffer, not on the application server. So the performance will be good. Not only select the queries, you can even do the as much as possible. You can do simple calculations also, arithmetic calculations also, where you can the performance will be absolutely will be good, very good, because this is my real time experience. I have very huge reports which are running in the background, which is going to the dump. So now background jobs also. Okay, so now then I converted everything into the CDS views and it was rectified. It was lot of drastic changes happened. Okay, so now that's what it is called, the code push down approach. See, eh, understood? Okay, so to make the data pool easy for everyone, from the database layer, S4HANA introduced a concept. Okay, so what are the different concepts are S4HANA introduced? Core data services. Yes, that's now we will discuss what is core data CDS views, what it does. Okay, then another one is called CDS table functions, where using CDS views you can just get the data, but using the CDS views table functions you can do certain calculations very easily. Okay, you can do it. That's the reason we use this CDS views table functions. And AMDP, Abap managed data procedures. Okay, so these are the various techniques they have introduced in the S4 HANA. Any questions, guys? Is it clear? Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll stop and I'll answer. No questions, right? Hello, you guys are able to hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
bro.
Okay,
Yes,
thanks.
yes,
Yes,
bro.
we
Thanks.
can.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
we
thanks.
can.
Yeah. So now next is called the OData. Absolutely. OData stands for the OData protocol. Okay. As mentioned. Okay. It is as mentioned in the introduction of the blog that the future programming model is Abap Restfull application programming model. Okay. Just mute yourself, please. Okay. And in that context, OData is going to play imperative role, because OData facilitates the best practices of building and consuming RESTful APIs. So coming to the concept, OData is open data. Okay, that it can be consumed by any applications, any programming, any software, any device, anything. Even in Excel sheet also you can open. In browser also you can open. You can call in any technology. Even with non-SAP systems provided, they are connected to SAP via HTTPS, okay, where you can, any technology can consume easily the data. Okay, so a mobile application, if require data from S4 HANA system, okay, CDS views alone cannot provide the data. It is the OData that enables the CDS to expose the data to the mobile applications. Hence, the medium is always OData. That is the reason OData is going to be part of a future ready intelligent ERP as well. Is it clear? Any questions? No questions. CDS and BOPF.
I have a
Yeah, please.
question here.
Yeah,
So,
please.
how does OData model is different from like CDS views and SOAP model?
Okay. See, SOAP is different and the OData is different. Okay. OData follows the guidelines of the REST protocol. Okay. I'll differentiate with OData and SOAP and I'll come to the CDS views. Okay, using OData, you can filter the data. Means you can query the data. You can query in the URL, you can query the data. Whereas SOAP, you can't query the data. Okay, whenever you want to send a huge data, we use a SOAP. Okay, whenever we want to send a minimum data, we use OData. Is it clear
Okay.
the
And what
difference
is
between?
and how RAP is different?
Okay, so RAP is nothing but it is a methodology. Okay, which SAP has introduced to develop the applications. But to expose we are using OData protocol. So to
Okay.
expose to the outside world, we are using OData protocol.
Okay. And
Okay,
possibly we'll see that in while deploying the applications.
correct. See, we develop the application. What is the goal of the RAP? Okay, we develop the application. We need to expose the data to the third party world. How we are going to expose using the OData protocol. But the
Correct.
methodology we are going to develop using RAP methodology. But exposing using OData protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Uh, yes, I have one question. Miss, nowadays, if we are using the RAP, so do
Hmm.
we need to have some experience in OData and CDS? We need to understand the concept, but nowadays, is it that technology is required?
Okay. See, I didn't understand your question. See, CDS use is nothing but to develop to get the data from the database we are using CDS use. Okay. RAP is a methodology. In that methodology, to get the data from the database, we are using CDS use. RAP has a methodology. In that methodology, we are using CDS use to get the data from the database. Let us assume that you are working on report program. Report. In that report, you have a SAP Abap report, you have methodology, right? What is the methodology? You will be getting the data using select queries. Then you will write the business logic, and then you will use some function module to display the output. It is a methodology you are using. So RAP itself is a methodology. RAP has a methodology. You get the data using CDS views, then you will write the code in the behavior definition. Okay, their implementations, you will write the code, then you will expose it. Is it clear?
Yes, Miss. One thing means here, my understanding, whenever if we are using the RAP, so all this OData, CDS, these are the inbuilt function into the new methodology. Yes.
See, I will not say inbuilt, but it is a
Uh,
methodology. See, inbuilt means CDS views you can develop only in RAP. No, it's not like that.
yeah,
Okay,
we can develop.
so
Okay.
and other things also, but RAP
Uh-huh.
has a methodology. In that methodology, to fetch the data, we are using CDS views.
So
Okay.
along with that, suppose previously we are developing the reports in regular S4 also. So nowadays in RAP, uh,
Hmm.
so development of the report and calling function modular BAPIs, how we can handle? Can you just highlight on that?
See, let me make it clear. RAP is not that replacing everything like mappings or whatever function module. No, RAP is only to develop an API or to develop a Fiori application used to consume in the Fiori application. That is called RAP. Is it clear? RAP is only to develop an API or develop a OData service that can be consumed in the Fiori application.
This is like communication between two systems.
Yeah, API is nothing but that you are exposing your data to the third party system, right? Okay,
Correct.
let not get deviated. Okay, RAP is
Uh,
only specifically to develop a API or to develop a Fiori app that we can consume the RAP data. Clear?
yeah, yes, but my last question. So in RAP, we will develop a report or BAPIs separately, or
You
whatever we
see,
are developing.
I'll tell you. In the RAP, let us assume that I'm developing a Fiori app to update my sales order. So obviously in the RAP, I will be using methodology. I will be using BAPI only, no, to update the data inside the RAP methodology. Clear?
No, it's okay, but my intention is previously we are developing a report or we are calling the BAPIs. So in RAP, so we can continue with the old one, means we need to develop a report and all that stuff. Only
No,
the
RAP
fetching
is
data
RAP. RAP is not for developing report, ABAP report. RAP is to develop the API or Fiori app, not for report. Okay. Report is going to
Yes,
deprecate
thank you.
slowly. ABAP report will get deprecated. There in public cloud, there is no ABAP report. We will be developing SC38, it will get deprecated. Everything is RAP. Why we want report? We will develop a Fiori app. That is what SAP is doing. All the GUI transactions, they are converting into Fiori applications. So they don't want GUI only. They will slowly they will close down the GUI at all completely. Everything will be Fiori apps.
Yeah,
Okay.
but inside it is all BAPIs and ABAP.
See, that is how the BAPIs and ABAP. ABAP, yes, absolutely. ABAP will be there. That is called RAP. In RAP, it's ABAP only, no? The
No,
RAP is a methodology, but we are using ABAP only, right?
Yeah, yeah.
RAP is part
no,
of
no.
ABAP, right?
Bobby, means I have, so in future RAP will not develop any report. Does it mean that?
Yes, absolutely. Why we want report? We use RAP instead of, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you in
Okay.
this way. I'll tell you. I worked on one project. It is called Cloud Readiness Solution. So they are in the, I think we're just deviating the topic, but I'll complete within 2 minutes. They are in the S4 HANA 1809 system. Okay, they were moved to on-premises only. They are moving to the S4 HANA 2021, 2022. Okay, so this is the project I worked on solution architect. So what is the requirement from the client is in the future they want to move to the public cloud, S4 HANA public cloud in the future. Okay, and now they asked us, yes, we are going to do greenfield implementations. We have new system S4 HANA 2022. You do cloud readiness solution. What do you mean by cloud readiness solution? Means whenever they are moving from S4 HANA 2022 to public cloud, there will be no SC38 report concept only is not there. Okay, so now what I did, right? All the SC38 report programs, I told that we need to convert into the RAP applications because RAP is available in public cloud as well as it is available in 2022. I have converted all the SC38 reports into, it's a greenfield manually. Okay, there is no tool is there. Converted into the RAP methodology. So whenever I move to the public cloud, whenever the client move to the public cloud, it is ready. It's already converted RAP, so they can easily move it. This is the future of the projects which
Yeah,
you will should work.
Bobby, I have a question. Let's
Hmm.
say they plan to move to public cloud.
Hmm.
I mean, my question is, let's say I created a API
Hmm.
with using a JET BAPI, okay?
Function model or report.
Yeah, or let's say I created a BAPI or with a function module, JET function module,
Hmm.
okay? And moreover, I have a API there. So I moved to
You're using
public.
SOAP, huh? You use SOAP?
Yeah, I use SOAP.
Okay. Yes, SOAP is
Okay.
available in the public cloud.
Okay. So the
Okay.
JADE let my question is like whatever like JADE applications I developed, those application will be there in public cloud.
You have to move. Yes, absolutely. Function model concept is there in the public cloud.
Let's say
SOAP is
how
available
I
in the public cloud.
because my
Hmm.
point is how I'll move the JADE my JADE developed programs to
Hmm.
public cloud because they
You
are
will
not
manually
allowing.
create it. See, that's what I'm saying. You will manually create it.
So they have so let's say if I have created a function module, will they provide me a interface like AC37 to create a function module there?
Yes, that is called ABAP service, ABAP on cloud.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
fine, got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more questions? Let's just be deviating. Let's come back. Okay.
Sir, one question, sir, on
Can we take
RAP.
can we take it last, that question, because
Okay,
this is not
okay.
related to this one. Okay. Okay, right now what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. So now coming to the CDS views and BOPF. Yes, using the CDS views, okay, we can develop the we can fetch the data from the database and run it on the top of the database. That is the advantage of using the CDS views. Okay, so core data services, it abbreviation for CDS views is core data services, which means in the application layer, CDS views is to extract the data from the database layer to present to the application. So the function is very similar to SQL, but the data provided is semantically rich and it contains readable annotations. Okay, so instead of applying the, so that is the reason CDS views is a new concept. We're using this new concept using associations, okay, compositions. We're able to fetch the data and we can develop CDS views only in the ADT. Okay, and coming to the BOPF. Yes, BOPF is getting deprecated. Now everything is moving into the RAP. So what is the BOPF stands for Business Object Process Framework. It is an intermediate state of transaction app. It gives like draft functionality, temporary versions of the business object instance is created. Okay, so what it does it, suppose in the Fiori app you want to do any some crude operations, or if you want to perform any validations at the runtime using BOPF, we can achieve. But that completely getting deprecated BOPF, everything will be doing in the RAP methodology. Clear? So this is clear. CDS and BOPF is clear. Now coming to the RAP. What is RAP? Anyone knows what is RAP? What is RAP?
Full application programming model.
Yes, Abap application. Yeah, yeah. RESTful application, Abap application. Yes, correct. Then what it is? Anyone tell me what is RAP?
So the Bobby, the RESTful application programming is related to building of the APIs
Hmm.
in ABAP so that it can be called as and when required.
Okay. Anyone? Anyone? What is RAP?
So whatever the application we develop or a CDS we created, that is exposed to the URL, and
Okay.
we can use by using the wrap. So that can be accessed from outside also, means by using net or.
Hmm. Okay. What else? Anyone? Okay. Let's come to the RAP. People think that RAP is something not in ABAP. People think that something other technology or something. No. RAP is the advance of the ABAP. Okay, so what it is nothing but, I'll just tell you. Okay, so it is nothing but Abap RESTful programming model consists of best concepts, best tools, best frameworks, best languages, best practices, so that the developer can develop the applications in efficient way. That is called the RAP. Okay, what RAP can do, it can do service developments. That is, you can develop using SAP Fiori UI services, you can develop web APIs. That is what RAP can do. What we usually programming model, it is a universal usual programming model. It we can do greenfield developments and we can do brownfield developments. It is available on premises, it is available in the cloud, S4 HANA or SAP Cloud Platform ABAP environment. So finally, RAP is nothing but it consists of best concepts. It will make our developer to easy, efficient way to develop the Fiori UI services in WebPA. That is called RAP. It is a concept. It is a tool. It is a framework. It is just a language, a web language only. It is bringing the SAP have brought very best practices into this RAP methodology to develop the SAP Fiori services and web APIs. That is called RAP. Is it clear? Any questions?
Sir, I have a question, sir. So,
Hmm.
this wrap, is it used only inside OData, or without OData also we can use wrap to
See,
build APIs?
understood. Don't say inside the OData, wrap using the OData methodology to expose the data to the outside world. You understood?
Okay.
Wrap
Yeah.
using the see OData is a protocol, right? Anyone can use that protocol and they can expose the data. So we are developing using the wrap concept. We are developing the our code methodology and we are exposing. We need to expose to the outside world. No, using OData protocol, we are exposing it. Is it clear?
So in wrap, can
Yes.
we use AMDP and table function? All this, like this is S4 system only.
Uh, Table functions you can use it because it's we are
AMDP,
no AMDP you cannot use it. Okay, so see table functions you can use it. Okay, see that's what it is a methodology. Okay, where you can we are using the concept of CDS views, right? In the CDS views you can call table functions.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes you can use it.
Bobby,
This methodology.
my
Hmm,
question is, if I created a API with RAP
hmm,
in
hmm,
SAP,
hmm,
so can I use the same method or API
hmm.
across only Hana? Let's say another
See,
system, I can call this API in another system where I do not have a application server and only we have a database server.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you. See, RAP follows the methodology of OData. OData follows the guidelines of the REST protocol. Okay, what is REST protocol means? I don't care. I expose my data. Okay, okay, using OData. Whoever is there, they can consume the data. I don't care who is my client.
Okay.
Okay.
Just one more question. Like when we are
Mm,
using wrap and you are saying
mm.
we are exposing everything to Fiori apps. Like previously
Now,
we are creating OData and but there was a one Fiori application like UI5 consultant and he was used to consume our OData services. Now
correct.
when we are using this wrap, are
Mm.
we need to equip our also with the UI5 or just
Yes.
wrap will
I okay. I'll answer your question. There is C. Let us assume that this is your S4 HANA. Okay, and this is your UI5 application. Whether you are running in the desktop, whether you are running in the mobile, whether you are a tablet. Okay, in the old approach, we are using the SCGW concept and we are developing the code in DPC underscore ext and we are writing the Abap code and we are registering the service. This, whenever we are registering the service, means it is generating the OData, okay, using OData protocol. And that OData, it is consumed in the various devices who are running the Fiori application. I think this is your question. Yes or no?
yes, yes. So like
Yes,
yeah.
I know that. I understood your question. Okay, so here we are using the OData. There will be URL which follows the guidelines of the OData protocol. Okay, now wrap. Instead of SCGW, I'm using the wrap methodology. I'm using the CDS view. I'm using the behavior. This is a methodology implementations, and I'm using service definition. So this also will generate OData. This also will generate OData. Same thing. This also will generate a OData, and that can be consumed in this one. So now your question is, I am going to develop using wrap, but I do there should not be front end. Okay. Again, in the
Yes.
front end, you have two types of Fiori apps. One is called Fiori templates. Another one is called freestyle template. Freestyle templates. When I say freestyle means there is nothing is there. You are an SAP UFI consultant has to come and he has to develop UFI and he will be consuming either this also for him nothing because it is a protocol, right? It is a protocol, right? It is a protocol. Yes or no? It is a protocol. Okay, so now it is a protocol, right? For him, it's nothing whether you are using RAP or whether you are using SCGW. For front end doesn't bother because it is only the OData. Okay, so now using RAP with the freestyle, SAP UFI will will start developing using his SAP UFI code. Whereas Fiori templates are there, right? Yes, using these Fiori templates, okay, we have a CDS use concept where we will be adding UI annotations and we will be developing using these templates. That time SAP UFI developer is not required because using the templates which SAP is providing. Is it clear?
Okay, so we can use this templates for our
Yes, you
developments.
can
You can
use
say
these
that.
templates, sir. Yes, clear. Okay, let's
Yeah.
come back. Any more? Let's come to our PPT. Okay, this we discussed. Now coming to the evaluation of the SAP, evaluation of the ABAP, that is nothing but SAP RISE. What is SAP RISE? Okay, so next, if you are on-premises system, okay, whether you are in ECC or whether in S4HANA on-premises, okay, and you will be having NetWeaver gateway installed and you will be having like ECC Oracle DB. Now S4HANA on-premises is HANA DB. Now you want to move from your on-premises system to the cloud. That is called SAP RISE. So where your ECC business suite will be S4HANA, okay, public cloud or private cloud. Okay, your SAP NetWeaver, everything, the ABAP content still will be there in the public cloud or ABAP cloud, ABAP only, and any DB will be there. We'll call HANA database only, S for HANA database or HANA database. So all the innovation things, everything where you will be developing. There is a service called ABAP services in BTP where you can develop all the ABAP, and that is nothing but RAP. RAP is also available in the public cloud and private cloud and also ABAP services in BTP. Okay, so all the in-app and side-by-side extensions, okay, everything you can develop using RAP method, sorry, ABAP method in the ABAP on cloud. That is called ABAP on cloud.
Bobby, can you please kindly explain what's the difference between CAP and RAP?
CAP, using RAP, we are using ABAP code, okay, ABAP methodology to develop the applications. Using CAP, we are using Node.js. That is the difference.
Okay. How it will be different for the Fiori, for creating Fiori?
Nothing. Using Node, you are exposing as a OData. Using RAP, you are exposing as a OData. But
Okay.
the difference is using ABAP, you can connect only to HANA DB, whereas using CAP with the help of Node.js, you can connect to any DB like PostgreSQL DB, Mango DB, HANA DB, etc. That is the difference.
Okay, okay, okay. It's clear. Thanks.
Yeah. Any more questions?
So we will concentrating more on the RAP side, right? Not the
Yeah,
CAPM side, right?
no,
This
CAPM is
is
another training I'm giving.
okay.
That
Okay.
is
Yeah.
not which I'm going to start. This is completely RAP training.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. So now evolution of the ABAP programming model. Okay, if your SAP system is less than or 7.5, then as a solution architect, you can only develop the classical programming models called reports, okay, like BAPIs, enhancements, user exits, and everything. Whereas if your SAP system is little bit greater than or equal to 7.5, ABAP programming model on Fiori has come. SCGW, OData, CDSUs, BOPF is there. Now, if your system is in the public cloud, okay, yes, you can develop RAP, you can develop or private cloud or S4 HANA greater than or equal to 1909. RAP is available where you can develop business services. ACGW, it will get deprecated. Everything will be moved to business service. CDS use is available in RAP. Yes, you see now BOPF is deprecated and everything is behavior definition implementations. Clear? Any questions?
So Bobby, I have one question. So here in RAP, how we can handle report and BAPIs or function module?
Okay, so now see, RAP I said is a methodology. You will put all the function module, okay, code and BAPI code in the behavior implementations here. Clear?
No, that does it mean that means we'll not use the SE38 in behavior definition? We need to copy and means we need to create the code. Does
Correct.
it
We
mean
need
that?
to write the code. Yes, you have to write the code. You are not going to
And
call the report anything. You have to write the code
so there we can
from the
create an
scratch.
input screen
Yeah.
validation,
Yeah,
everything.
inputs. Yeah, Fiori app is there, no?
Okay. Okay.
This is consuming in a Fiori app, right?
Huh.
Instead of you have SC38 report output, you will use Fiori app. Simple. Yeah.
So
Any more
miss,
questions?
so no, that does it mean that in future we will not use SE37, 38?
Yes, absolutely.
Everything is in wrap. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Sir, one last question, sir. So
Yeah.
this wrap can be used for only Fiori, or front end can be anything like Angular.
Yes, it can be anything because we are exposing the OData. The OData can be consumed by any technology, right? Yeah. Any more questions? No. Okay. Yes, this is what which we discussed. Now coming little bit detail, what it contains, what wrap contains. Okay. Wrap is a methodology which I said. What is that methodology? Yes, this is the methodology which we are going to follow. We will first start with the CDS view and get the data from the database table. Okay. Once we get the data from the database table, we'll create a business object in the wrap methodology. That is nothing but a CDS view, but its name is changed called business object. That is called root view. And we'll write this root view in the CDS views. Then afterwards, if you want to restrict the data, okay, we will use data access control. That is called data control language we are going to use to restrict the data, if it's the authorizations. Now metadata extensions. See, whenever we are using this templates, Fiori templates, so we have to add UI annotations to it to enhance the template. So we are going to do that in the metadata extensions. Then behavior definitions, what we built in the behavior definition, creating the record, deleting the record, updating the record, validations, verifications, determinations, we will be defining in the behavior definitions. Then once we define, we will write in the behavior implementation, we are writing the Abap oops Abap code. Is it clear? Any questions? No questions. Next. So now, as I said before, wrap has come into the picture. We have Abap programming model on Fiori. Okay, where we used to create a table, we used to create a interface CDS view that reads from the table, we used to create a consumption CDS view that reads from the interface CDS view, we used to create a metadata extension files for adding all the UI annotations, and we used to give OData.publish or in SCGW, and we used to consume in the Fiori. But once wrap has come into the picture, okay, the green which are there, which are additional steps in the wrap. Yes, we are creating a table. We are creating interface CDSU that reads from this table. We are creating the consumption CDSU that reads from the interface CDSU. We are creating metadata extension files. Then afterwards, we'll define entity for the business object. What is business object is nothing but a parent and child. Okay, so let's assume you have sales order header and the sales order item. Sales order header is parent and sales order item is child. So we will make that CDSU, the parent CDSU as a business object. It is a parent. Okay, now afterwards we'll define a behavior definition for this business object where we'll be creating, deleting, updating, verifications, validations, determinations, everything we'll be defining in the behavior definition. Based on what we define in the behavior definition, certain methods will get created in the behavior implementation where inside the methods we'll be writing the code, ABAP code. Then afterwards, we will do behavior projections. Means for us, assume that I have a CDSU which I have written to fetch the data 100 fields. Now I'm projecting to the Fiori app only 50 fields. So in the behavior projection, I have mentioned only 50 fields. Then afterwards, we'll create a service definition. What we need to expose to the outside world, we'll put in the service definition. Then service binding will generate a OData service. And that can be consumed in the Fiori apps or APIs. Is it clear? This is the methodology which we are going to use to develop the applications. Any questions? No questions. Next, So I said that, okay, using Abap programming model, I have only less steps, whereas RAP, I have more steps. What is that? We are going future technology, it should be less. But why it is more? That's what we are going to discuss. Why required all extra steps? So let's say we developed a OData V2 with UI annotations, means you have developed a wrap. Okay, let us assume you developed a SEGW project with OData V2. Now you want to develop, client says, no, no, don't use OData V2, use V4. Now you have to develop from the scratch whenever you are using old approach like SEGW. Whereas wrap, you can easily convert into the OData V4 at the behavior service binding, taking the consuming the service definition. Okay, now yes, client says, oh, OData V2, manager now wants or client wants an additional OData V2 without Fiori element app. Means I don't want Fiori app, develop an API. You will not go from the scratch and develop. You'll just using the, with the help of service definition, you can develop the OData V2 service binding without Fiori element app. Now manager wants or client wants additional V4. Yes, you cannot go from the scratch. With the help of the service definition, you will create another service binding with OData V2, V4. So that is advantage of using the wrap methodology. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? I'll show you this one. Maybe it is confusing. I'll show you real-time example. Okay. Any questions? No. Next. Yes, this is the what which we are going to develop now. Okay. We'll create one database table in the public cloud. Okay, and then we'll create a CDS. Everything will be doing in the public cloud. Okay, so we'll create a CDS view that will be consumed in the database table, and we'll define a behavior definitions. We'll not do behavior implementation for this demo. Okay, then this behavior definition will be this CDS view is consumed in the service definition, and this service definition is consumed in service binding, which will generate a OData service. That OData service is consumed in the Fiori app. This is what which we are going to do. Okay, let's come back. Okay, so now I already on the cloud, just again signing it. Okay, I'm getting into
One,
BTP.
just one more question. Like in Fiori application, if any standard Fiori application is there, is enhancement is supported here or some other thing is there? Like if you want to add extra
I
field
got
in,
I got your question. It is supported, but I'll discuss in detail at last. Let me complete.
okay,
Please
okay,
keep your question at last.
yeah.
Okay, so go to the service marketplace. Okay, I have one service called Abap service, that is called Abap on cloud. Okay, this instance, okay, I have added in my Eclipse. Okay, whatever I do developments is nothing but Abap on cloud. Any questions? I'm not going to show detailed steps, but I'm telling that this instance which is there, what you will do, right? If not, I can show that is not an issue. So this Abap service, you can come back to, sorry, here. Okay, then here you have a concept called boosters, that same service, and you click on start. This will download a service key for us. That service key I will upload here. Abap cloud project. Okay, you see, extract URL. This is the import. This is what which I have downloaded, and I'll just copy this clip code and close it. I will paste this service URL and click next and finish. That Abap instance is there, has been added here. Any questions, guys? Okay, this is called the Abap on cloud. Any questions? Is it clear? Okay, now I'm going to create a package. Same concept is the same. I'm going to right click, new, create Abap package. Yeah, tell me.
Bobby, here is how did you access this from directly you are going to web page and accessing, or you have a tool?
This is Eclipse. In Eclipse, I have installed Eclipse and added the instance,
Yeah,
Abap
so
Cloud instance here.
yeah, possibly we like to go to detail whenever you have the
Training,
next.
obviously. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. One by one, step by step. This is a demo, right? That's the reason I'm going
yeah,
to
yeah.
step. Okay. In that demo, I'll just copy paste the code also. But in the when I started training, I will write each individual code. I will be writing the
Okay,
code.
okay.
Okay. I'm creating a package. Okay. I'm creating a transport request number. Okay. So see, there is no GUI at all. Everything, as I said, in the cloud, everything will be done in the Eclipse only. There is no GUI. We can create domain, data element, function module, class, method, message class, everything we will be creating in Eclipse. That is called Abap
And
Cloud.
this is a public cloud,
Yes,
Babin?
it is a, yes, absolutely. You see, it is a Abap service. This is a service I used.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now I created a package, right? This is the package. I will add this package into my favorite package. Right click, add package. Okay. Now in this package, okay, now I'm going to create a table. Right click on this package. Obviously, whatever we do, we do developments, everything in the where? Under the package only, right? Yes or no?
Correct.
Yes, that is what I'm doing. Yes, see data dictionary and creating database table. Click next. Okay, I will give, see this is the demo. I'm just copying and pasting it. If not, I'll be writing the code. Okay. Yeah, just mute yourself, please. Hello. I think someone is in, just mute, please. Yeah, thanks. Okay, click next. Assign a transport request and finish button. Okay, so this is a way to create a table. Generally, we create a table in S11 that is only gone, deprecated, will get deprecated, and everything will be creating in this way only. Table creations, everything in this Eclipse only. Clear? I'm creating a database table called getDemo underscore sales. Okay, perfect. I created a table. Now come back to the PPT. Yes, I created a database table. Now I'll be creating a CDS view to fetch the data from the database table. Okay. Right click on the package, other Abap repository, core data services. Here we have a data definition. Click next. Click next. Assign a transport request number. And here we'll give root view entity and click finish button. Okay. And here I will not require anything. I'm not having any child for this today's demo. I'm removing these compositions, associations. I'm trying to fetch the data from this table. Okay, then what are the control space bar? What are the fields are there from this table will come automatically here. Okay, I have given the root view entity. Root stands for the business object. It is a wrap methodology. We call it as root. It is a parent. Okay, now I'll be adding the UI annotations to these fields. You can see, right? I'm CDSU that is fetching from the database. Now I'll add the UI annotations to it. I'm just copy pasting because this is a demo. In the normal class, I'll be writing each line. Okay, so now to display as a column in the table, okay, I'm using line item. Okay, to display the data in the object page in the Fiori app. I'm using that. I'm using one facet. Let's not go too much in detail level. Okay, let us understand. These are called the UI annotations to enhance the Fiori elements template. I'm using it. Okay, I'm just activating it. Perfect. Okay, I developed a CDS view. I consume the data from this database table. I have added the UI annotations to it. Now I will create a behavior definition for this one CDS view. So expand this one. Right click on the data definition, and here you see behavior definition. It is a root. I will be able to create a behavior. I have managed and unmanaged. I'm using managed as of now. So when you use manage, creating the record, deleting the record, updating the record will be taken care by the framework itself. I need to nothing. I need to write the code. Right? I'm clicking on finish button. Okay, so this is called behavior definition. In the behavior definition, what we will put it, whether you want to create the record, whether you want to delete the record, whether you want to do uh, 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 update the record, okay, whether you want to do determinations, validations, verifications, everything will be defining in the behavior definitions. Once we define, then see, we'll create this class and automatically methods will be generated based on what you defined in the behavior definitions. So as of now, I'm not going to do that because it's a demo. Okay, and we are just going to create, update, delete the record. We are not going to do any validations. Clear? Any questions?
Bobby, I have one question.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. CDS view will come into picture while when we are using only HANA database, am I right?
Obviously, CDS use is there in S4 HANA only, right?
Yes, yes.
It's not
Why
there in
I'm asking,
ECC, no?
why I'm asking this question? Okay, we are planning to connect from CAP to other database like Oracle and SQL database.
You're talking
Where
about
that?
CAPM, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
No, no. Let's take the last, please.
Oh,
Let's
fine,
take
fine,
the
fine.
question list. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is completely little wrap. No, because people get confused about CAP if you ask. Let's not discuss about CAP in this demo. Okay. Yeah. So now, yes, yes. So now here behavior definitions. Perfect. Fine. Next, I'll create a service definition consuming the CDS view. Again, right click on this behavior definition is created. You see. Now right click on the data definition, and I'm creating a service definition. You see, service definitions. What we want to expose, what are the CDS views we want to expose, we will put into this service definitions. Yes, I'm exposing my CDS view. Then activate it. Done. Then I will be doing service binding. Okay, where is my service definition? See, business service. Inside the business service definition is right click and create service binding. So now you see, I am creating a service binding, and I'm using the V2. You see, V2 UI. Okay, now click next. Now client says, hey, after I create a V2, after 6 months and everything, client says, no, no, I want V4. Then you can just right click on the service definition. You can create a service binding with the V4. That's all. With different URL will be generated. Okay, click next and finish button. Then activate it. Then click on publish. See, as a OData developer, if you want to test it, is this wrap is providing a directly integrated to the Fiori app. Directly integrated to Fiori app. Using Fiori app, you can test it. Whereas in the olden approach, you used to go to the gateway client and used to test it, right? So here also is there that, but uh, but uh, but it is having the new facility. It is automatically integrated to the Fiori app here. Where in the Fiori app, you can test it. Okay, so it is now it is generating OData service. We have to wait. Yeah, it is processing. You can see here.
Bobby, since you have connected to this ABAP environment from BTP, where is this data actually residing?
Hana database in the BTP.
On the okay. And this ABAP environment, it comes in the picture like what we were just connected it from BTP. It comes in the picture only in case of public cloud, or what if I have a PCE landscape, private cloud edition landscape? Would I still be able to use this ABAP on the BTP environment?
Come again. What is your question?
If I understand from a public cloud perspective, but if I am a private cloud edition customer, then yeah, this one, would it still be in the picture?
See, if you are in private cloud and you want to use ABAP service, but in the private cloud you already have ABAP, right? Why you want to use it ABAP service? You already have ABAP, right? In private cloud they
Okay,
will
so
give, right?
so so I need not go to BTP. That is what you're saying, right?
Yes,
Correct?
yes,
Okay, okay,
yes.
got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Yeah. So now is the Fiori element tab. It is directly integrated. So now you can see I'm clicking on create button. Okay. So by default, by the methodology of the wrap, create, update, delete. Okay. By the framework of the wrap, not required to write any code, it will get created. So click on create button. I'm just giving order number 1, customer name, sales org AU10, amount I'm just giving, currency USD. Okay. I'm just clicking on create button. Okay, it get created. You can see, click on go button. Now you go back to the table. You want to see the data, just click on this run as ABAP applications and you have the data. Okay, like this you can do delete and the update. You can do it. Okay, so now this is called the Fiori app. What is this? This is called the Fiori app. Now what is Fiori? What is Fiori? Anyone tell me what is Fiori? SAP Fiori, it is not a technology. Then what it is? It is a platform? No, it is not a platform. Then what it is SAP Fiori? It is just a guidelines to develop the user interface. So SAP Fiori, it is not a technology, it is not a platform, it is just a guidelines to develop the user interface. You develop the application, any technology, Angular, React, anything, SAP UFI, anything. If you follow the guidelines of the SAP Fiori, then it is SAP Fiori applications. Okay, so what are those guidelines? Okay, role based. Okay, until the application is assigned to your user ID, you will not able to access. So design for you, your need and how you work. That is called role based. That is the guidelines of the Fiori. Response. So whenever you say SAP Fiori application, whenever you try to open the application in the desktop, whenever you open the same application in the mobile, whenever you're opening the same application in the tablet, it should support. It should support all the devices. Then it is called follow the guidelines of the SAP Fiori. That is called responsive. Simple. Focus on the important. If you take VA01 T code, it has lot of tabs, lot of fields, too much confusing to the end user. But whenever you are developing a Fiori app, you should focus only on the important fields, and so that end user will not get confused. That is the guidelines of the SAP Fiori. Coherent, provide one fluid and seamless experience. If you take it VA01, the UI is different. If you take it purchase order screen ME21, the UI is different. If you take it VF01, creating invoice, that is UI is different. But when coming to the Fiori, you should follow one template. All the transactions, we should use only one template. That is what provides one fluid and seamless experience. So the end user will not have confused having different screens. So that is the guidelines of the SAP Fiori. Delightful. Okay. The application which you are developing should be in such a delightful you should develop. So the end user will have emotional connection to work on it. So if you follow the guidance of all this one, then it is called SAP Fiori application. So finally, SAP Fiori, it is not a technology, it is not a platform, it is just a guidelines to the develop the user interface. Clear? Any questions? Okay. Now coming to the next topic called S4 HANA in-app extensions. Now, as I said, a data dictionary tool will get deprecated. BAPIs will be deprecated. Okay, okay, everything will be S4 HANA in-app extensions. What it contains. Baddies, sorry, not BAPI, baddies will get deprecated, user exits will be deprecated, enhancements will get deprecated. Everything will be custom fields and custom business objects Fiori app using this custom business logics, using UI adaptation runtimes and key user tools. Using these Fiori apps, we are going to do extensions to the standard Fiori apps. We are going to create, instead of the baddies, we are going to use custom business logic. That is called the in-app extensions. Clear? In S4 HANA, private and public cloud, everything will be this only. There will be nothing called user exits, enhancements, nothing will be there. Clear? Any questions? This is called SAP RISE. SAP RISE is a concept. Any questions, guys? No questions. Next. So what is called side-by-side extensions? Yes, as I said, Abap, we are moving into the cloud. All right. So when we are moving to the cloud, we can develop a wrap application in the cloud and you can consume a third-party API into the wrap. That is called side-by-side extensions. I'll tell you what I mean by side-by-side extension. It is not a fixed thing. It is has so many things is called side-by-side extensions. Suppose you are in the public, so you're in the cloud, okay, and you are in the on SAP on-premises system. And you have generated a OData service. You have developed a OData service in on-premises. Now you have developing a UFI application, okay, in the BTP, right? Okay. So now you are consuming this OData into this one. Means here you are developing UFI application side. You are developing the OData service side. This is called a side extension. Now you have some third party system, and they are developing an API, okay, and you are consuming that API in your UFI application or Fiori application. This is also called side-by-side extensions because the API is developed in some other system. You are developing UFI application in some other cloud. This is called the side-by-side extensions. Next. Now I am having a wrap. Uh, I developed an API. This API I'm consuming in my third-party system. They have like AngularJS or something, front-end technology or Java, whatever maybe. Okay, so they are developing a UI, okay, but getting the data from this wrap API. So this is wrap API is developing in the some other and third-party system using Angular data. This is called side-by-side extensions. Okay, or now I'm using the BAS. That is in the BAS business application. I'm developing one Fiori application. Okay, I'm trying to consume this wrap API into this one. So this is also called side-by-side extension because UI you are developing in some other technology and wrap API is developed in Abap. This is also side-by-side extensions. Is it clear? Any questions on the side-by-side extensions? No questions. Let's come to PPT. Okay, so what are the topics which I'll be covering in this training, right? I'll explain. One second, let me get that PDF. I'm sharing back again. Okay, first I'll be starting with evaluation of Abap programming model, introduction to RAP. Then we'll move to Abap CDS use. Okay, Abap CDS use, syntax, rules, table functions, basic expressions, built-in functions, associations, joins, input parameters, okay, cardinalities, okay, everything we'll be using Abap CDS use. Then we will be discussing about the virtual data model. What is virtual data model, basic view, composite view, consumption view, and everything. Then we will be going and developing the overview Fiori page Fiori app, analytical list page Fiori app, list report object page Fiori app using ABAP CDS views with UI annotations. Then we'll develop the KPIs using ABAP CDS views. Okay, then we'll be discussing about the SAP Fiori or SAP Fiori, what is pagings, what new concepts like paging, okay, spaces, catalogs, tiles, groups, target mappings, okay, okay, everything will extension, sorry, deployment, activation of the standard Fiori app, deploying the custom Fiori app into the on-premises system, display as a tile in the Fiori launchpad, okay, debugging the standard Fiori apps, everything we'll be discussing. Okay, then we will be moving to the in-app and side-by-side extensions. S/4HANA and app and side-by-side action that is called SAP key users, UI flexibility, custom fields, custom business objects, okay, extending the standard Fiori app using the in-app extensions, okay, this all will be discussing. Okay, then we will move to the wrap. Okay, on BTP, on BTP as well as on premises, we are going to develop the managed, unmanaged, okay, where we'll create a business objects, behavior implementations, okay, behavior definitions, service binding, and implementing all the CRUD operations using EML. We'll implement all the CRUD operations, EDAG, lock master, okay, everything will be managed, unmanaged, and also we'll be consuming BAPIs in the RAP methodology. We'll be developing the consuming an external API in the RAP methodology, and we are uploading the attachments using RAP methodology. Okay, we're using unmanaged use case. We are going to extend the standard Fiori apps. This all the topics in BTP. We are covering the even the okay, SAP Cloud Transport Management Service to move from our SAP Fiori application, RAP Fiori application from one sub account to another sub account. We are going to use a continuous integration. We will integrate the GitHub to our what you can say SAP BTP, and we'll be moving our code from one sub account to another sub account. So we'll discuss about SAP BTP. Everything we'll be discussing. Yes, this is the overall topics which I'll be covering. So I'm starting my training from 30th April 30th onwards. I'm starting my new batch from April 30 onwards. Okay. Yes. So whatever the programs which I'm explaining during that day, I'll be uploading the programs along with the PPTs which I'm explaining. Those that also I'll be uploading. Okay, where you can download it. Every Friday, I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. Okay, and what are the programs which I'm explaining to the training, or all are real-time projects which I have worked, those only I put in this training. Okay, every day once the class is over, I'll be uploading the recording video. The recording video will be there view access for 1 year. Okay, once the training is completed, I'll be providing interview question and answers, study materials, resume template where you can download. Recording video will be there view access for 1 year. Okay, yes, any questions now?
What will be the
So
timing
class
when
timing, sir.
I'll tell you the timings at last. Apart from the timings,
and
This is
just
5
duration?
days a week or only weekends?
it is a weekdays.
Week, okay.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, and we
Duration
have
will
two
be
options. Yeah, 40 hours.
okay.
Okay, so we have two options. One is called what I can say uh, recording video option also is there. Those who are not able to attend the online, they can take recording video also, or online class. With online class also will take you will have recording, but I'm just telling. Okay, yes, any more questions apart from the fees?
See, this one going to
The
support
timings.
for SAP PTP support.
What is the fee
Certification.
structure of Python recording and normal online classes?
See, if you take online class, you will have online, you will join the online class as well as you will have recording video. Whereas if you take recording video, you will not able to, you will not join online, you will have only recording video. Is it clear?
Okay, is the fee is different from both of them?
Yes, absolutely different.
So can you give a clarity on the fee structure and the recording and fee structure online?
Yeah. Can you take that offline about the fees? Is it okay?
So which SAP server is we are using for this training purpose?
2023 S4HANA and BTP trial version, both we will be using.
Okay. Because in 2024 I saw some of the changes are there.
Bobby 2023
2024 is not there. 24 is not there. 23 is the
Okay,
latest for HANA.
2023 is latest one.
Yes, if you go to Fiori app library, 2023 is the latest. 24 has not come.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, tell me, please.
Yeah, so this is S4HANA on-premise server you will be using, or
That's
is
what
a
I'm
cloud
saying.
version?
S4HANA, yeah, S4HANA on premises 2023 and BTP. Both I'm using in this training.
Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions?
So this training going to support for SAP PTP certification or any other?
It will help for you to certification. For RAP certification, it will help.
Okay. Because I saw that description PTP 100. Okay,
100.
there
Where
BTP
is
100.
100?
That
No, I'm
certification.
not. Hey,
Yeah.
my training is not related to any certification. My training only includes what I have worked. Those only I put in this my training, not specifically for certification. If you want to work, you can easily work by after this training because I put my experience, what I
Okay.
worked.
Okay. That's what because I saw that certifications, but there so many things are there content. That's what.
No, I'm not going to talk about certification in this trainings. It's real
Okay.
time. BTP is a ocean, sir. Ocean.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
cannot cover everything in BTP in one training. It's a ocean. Okay.